So this is a shaila that got a number of years ago. When somebody is in a small house and they're buying a larger house, they're selling a small house and buying a larger house, so do they have to give Maaser on the profit that they make from the sale of the small house? That's the question. They're selling a small house, and let's say they bought it for $200,000 and they're selling it for $250,000, but they're buying a house for $300,000. So do they have to give Maaser on the sale of the small house? So that's a very interesting question. Let's just start with the very basics. Anytime a person earns money, gets money as a present, in any which way that a person gets cash, finds money, any which way, so a person has to give Maaser on it. However, let's say a person has stocks, so every day that the stocks go up, they don't have to give Maaser on those profits, right? When they pull out the stocks, when they pull out the profit, then they would have to give Maaser on that profit. So it's really the same thing when you sell a house. So even though you're planning on using that money to now go ahead and buy another house, that's still considered to be profit. That, let's say again, if you bought a house for $200,000 and you're selling it for $250,000, so that $50,000 is profit and you would have to give Maaser on it. It doesn't matter that you're planning on reinvesting it. However, there's a very big kula here, not a kula, it's just the halacha. When it comes to Maaser in general, we're allowed to deduct any expenses incurred in the earning of the money. Meaning, if I earn $10,000 a month, but my transportation to get to work and other things that I need to spend money specifically for work, costs me $2,000. I have to rent an office to do my work, etc. So it costs me $4,000 a month. So I'm only profiting each month $6,000, right? So I'd only have to give Maaser on the profit. So when it comes to a house, if a person bought a house with a mortgage, so this is very important. So obviously the principal payments, when a person is paying back the mortgage, the principal payments, those are paying back a loan. However, the interest payments, right, any money that is interest on that loan, which when you're talking about a long-term mortgage, that could be a lot of money. So that money is now deductible from the profit, right? If a person bought a house for $200,000, had a mortgage for 10 years and then sold it for $250,000. But, over those 10 years, the person paid $5,000 worth of interest, let's say, right? So of that $50,000, before he takes off Maaser, he's going to deduct his interest payments, and now he's only got $45,000 profits. In addition, if he has to pay taxes, capital gains, or whatever types of taxes, so then the taxes also come off from the profit before you make the calculation for Maaser. If there were lawyers' fees or anything like that, anything that is an expense that was needed to be paid in order for this profit to happen, so that expense can be deducted from the profit, and then Maaser can be taken off. But in general, again, the halacha is when you withdraw the money and you have the profit, that's the time to give Maaser, and you're allowed to make the cheshbon and deduct all of the expenses that were incurred, and then pay Maaser from the remainder.